friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking into what would they say to you if they could, and I've got two cards for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Pulp Tarot, and pile number two is the Light Seers Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose the Pulp Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. What would they say to you if they could, pile one? Let's take a look. What would pile one's person? Some clarifications, please. Here we have Justice, the High Priestess, Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Hermit, Ace of Swords. Alright, I also have your Oracle cards. Alright, this one is Mystics Imaginarium Oracle deck. We have Awaken the Spirit, 22. Protect your energy. I am considerate. 4040 Foundation. Frustration. Okay. We have the doorbell ringing. But the energy that I got from that was urgency. So first off, I think that this connection might have started out very, very passionately between the two of you. This could have started out as like maybe a friends with benefits situation, or even like a one-night stand. There definitely seems to be like a lot of physical energy between the two of you, a lot of sexual energy between the two of you. Like it could have started out with that, and things could have just stabilized over time, or I think that both of you maybe saw something deeper in this connection over time. I think that first off, just those realizations might have kind of scared your person. I do see that your person may not have expected it to happen, or they might not have expected them to feel all the things that they did with respect to this connection. I think that this started out with more of a passionate energy, and then they started seeing a future with you. Like even it could have just started out with like, oh, I see going to like this this festival with my person 2 weeks from now, and then slowly it started out, oh, I wonder what they would be doing 3 months from now. We could attend this concert. And it slowly started like that, and I think that it really caught your person unaware. And I would say that there is fear, but I think that your person is starting to accept what they are feeling and what they are thinking about this connection. Feelings wise, it was a bit overwhelming, but it seems to be calming your person. Like they've started to accept. You know, I think that there was always signs, there were always these nudges that, you know, there's something more here, or, you know, there's something more that should happen over here. Why aren't you paying attention? I would not be surprised if these were the conversations that they were having with probably their spirit guides, or, you know, maybe their own internal monologue as well. But I think that there was resistance to that for a while, but now looks like things have shifted within your person, because there is an acceptance for all of these messages that they were getting about this connection. Like, now they've started to accept that, yes, okay, you know what? Yes, I feel more. Yes, I am, thinking about a future. Yes, I find myself, thinking about them during moments that I usually normally would not be thinking about anyone. When I'm busy, I find myself thinking about them. Yes, this is abnormal, but I am learning how to accept it. And so just with that acceptance, your person seems to be finding a lot of peace. They seem to be centering themselves with that understanding. I think for a while your person didn't. I think that they did resist all of these messages. I think that there was a lot of frustration that was building, but all of that is easing at this point in time, Pal 1. I feel like even when I was shuffling your deck, and oftentimes I tap into that energy so that I can understand what is going on, like the undercurrent of it. And even when I was doing that, it was just so calming. It was actually very, very peaceful when I was shuffling the cards. And I'm feeling that energy even now. I think that your person is moving towards a very, very calm energy because of the acceptance of what they feel. Yes, there is still a lot of passion between the two of you, but both of you are also building a foundation for yourselves. And it's kind of like they're understanding all of these intuitive messages that were coming through to them. They're understanding that it makes sense. They wanted to shun it at one point. They didn't believe. Possibly, there was a part of them that felt maybe you're the one. Part of them felt that maybe they could see a future with you. I would not be surprised if, with the High Priestess coming out and Awaken the Spirit with the third eye over here, I'm seeing that your person could have seen visions of the two of you, like in the future, like being together, spending time together in various settings and different stages of your lives together. And I think that they might have suppressed that, or they might have pushed it away at some point in time. But today there is a deep acceptance of that, and that by itself has shifted your person's energy. They're very, very calm about it. Your person could have pulled back, but I don't think it is because they are afraid at this point in time. I think all that fear has dissipated, or your person's worked through it, because I'm settling into much more calmer energies. And I think that your person might just be kind of going within to figure out what to do next, how to gain more clarity. Like, up until now, it was just their intuition speaking to them. It could also have just been divine messages coming through, but now it's like, okay, well, my logical mind has accepted that. Might not understand it, but it has accepted. And so now my logical mind has to work through how we are actually going to make those visions happen. How am I going to bring those about in reality? So there's a little bit of that clarity that needs to come in. There's a little bit of that pause before acceptance of 5D and bringing it into 3D. Acceptance of 5D is done. It's now about gaining clarity, and more importantly, logical mind working through what their 5D self has understood. And that's where your person is at, which is probably why, with the Hermit and Protector energy, I think that your person's definitely kind of withdrawn at this point in time. But I would not worry, Pal 1, because the energy coming through is that this person wants to give to this connection. This person wants to choose this connection. And more importantly, they're ready to listen to every single sign that pushed them towards you. And I don't mean like push in a aggressive way. I think that maybe actually with Justice coming out, I would not be surprised. I think that maybe there were small nudges at one point, but with your person resisting them and just kind of being frustrated, I think that there might have been bigger pushes as well. Otherwise I would not randomly say aggression. But yes, deep breaths that I'm taking over here. Big energies coming through, and I think that your person's just catching their breath, allowing their logical mind to catch up with what they intuitively know. That's where your person is at, and they understand that you might be a little bit worried about what's going on because you haven't heard from them. So I think that your person is trying to figure out how to tell you all of this. And it's interesting because I did ask what would they say to you if they could, and this is all that they are going to say to you. It's not just coming through energetically. It looks like they want to tell you this in 3D as well, because they want to be considerate of your feelings. They want to understand where you are coming from. More importantly, they want you to know what they have been going through. So maybe, both of you have started solidifying your connection. Maybe there is a strong and stable foundation that's building, but maybe both of you have not had a conversation yet with the Ace of Swords, or maybe there needs to be more clarity about where both of you are going. And maybe the last time that both of you had this conversation, you were in different places or you had different expectations of this connection, but things have shifted now, haven't they? And things are moving towards a little bit more solid ground. And I'm also seeing 2-2, right? So that's union. That's more of a kind of a combination of your energies and alignment of your energies. And that seems to be a change. Even with 2, I see that as like change. I see that as creating a balance between the old and the new as well. So maybe you both are in transition. Maybe there's a little bit of the previous energy that's still there, but there's also future energies that your person wants to tap into. So how do you balance both? How do you bring that foundation to handle both of those energies as well? So that's something that I am seeing. But all in all, actually very peaceful and calm energies. It's just more of thinking it through. That's the energy that your person is in. What would they say to you if they could? They're working this out mentally first before they tell you in person about everything that they've been going through. They do want to give this connection a chance. They do want to kind of ground this connection. They definitely do see a long-term future with you, and they see like a future not just, you know, with lots and lots of passion, but also a future where both of you settle down as well, you know, hitting different stages of your lives together as well. But they first need their 3D mind to catch up with their 5D. I don't know if you noticed, but I think there are like 3 times in this very reading that I kept shuffling 3D and 5D. So I think that there might have been confusion within your person as well, like what was coming through, you know, just kind of not accepting the 5D, and then just kind of being a little bit, you know, all over the place, whether it was a 3D message or a 5D message, whether the logical mind was saying or their intuition just even trusting it. I think that there was a lot of confusion with respect to that. But that clarity has set in. Don't worry about that. That clarity has set in, but their 3D mind needs a little bit of time to catch up with what their 5D self has already decided for this connection. And the moment they gain that clarity, they will be saying this to you in person. I actually do see a conversation happening between the 2 of you, and it looks to be a very, very stable conversation, a very grounded conversation that's coming through. All right, part 1. So let me it's funny, we have 2, 2, 2, 2 coming through. All right, 1 message or advice for pile 1, please. Okay. Don't worry so much, pile 1. All right, things are shifting for the better. You might kind of, I guess, I don't know what it's actually called, but it might be like a doomsday premonition that keeps coming about for you. Like you always seem to expect the worst that could happen. I don't blame you, pile 1. I think that sometimes we go through life experiences or continuous life experiences that maybe teach us, or I guess make us create a narrative that nothing good ever happens, or that we're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. I completely understand. But it is also our responsibility to step out of that mindset, right? Because it looks like that narrative is not working for you. It might be actually exhausting you as well. So take some time to work on that narrative, all right? Maybe start shifting into energies where you trust that whatever happens for your good, and however that may look in 3D. So it's not that you are attaching yourself to a particular outcome, but you are trusting that whatever happens is actually because it is aligning for your highest good. And I think that might be helpful for you. That might help you relieve some of the exhaustion that you might be feeling just thinking about the worst that could happen in your situation. So I think that your person has pulled back right now, and it's understandable why you might be, maybe you've been through other cycles, maybe with other people, where they've pulled back and then they've completely disappeared. But it doesn't look to be that way in your case. And I think that if you were to tap into your intuition, you would be able to sense it as well. But yes, you know, sometimes those fears kind of come in, and it's our job to work through them. And so take some time to work on it. Take some time to kind of allow yourself, yes, to feel those fears, but work through them as well. All right, just say, yes, I understand that those fears are there, but I'm also going to hold a part of me that recognizes that whatever has happened for my highest good. And yes, sometimes things do go wrong, or things don't align the way that I hope they would, but sometimes they will, and sometimes they do, sometimes they can. You know, even just stepping into those energies would actually help you feel better about this situation, would actually help you cope with the current energies, because it looks like things are actually going to shift in your connection. There's definitely going to be more clarity coming through, but your person, hermit energy and protector energy, just a brief pause before they get there. And in that time, it just makes more sense if you were to feel good about the pause rather than work yourself up, because the outcome seems to already have been there. It's very clear in the energy. So there's no point in, how do I say this? There's no point in making yourself feel worried when you know that things are shifting in your favor. All right, so that might be something that you might want to think about, might want to work on, pile one. All right, and yeah, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below, but if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with a like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips to send in, watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal one, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi Pal 2, for those of you who chose the Light Seers Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You know, the funny thing is, Pal 2, when I was saying think about your person, I almost said think about your reading. So for some of you, maybe this reading will give you something to think about, or maybe it's not going to be the person on your mind, all right? So just a little bit of a heads up over there, because I felt so strong to say it, and then I changed it literally at the last moment. I don't know if you caught it. I don't know if it was evident, but okay, let's see. What would your person say to you if they could? Let's take a look. What would Pal 2's person say to Pal 2 if they could? I need some clarifiers too, please. Okay, we have the Wheel, we have the Fool, Four of Pentacles, Temperance, Queen of Wands, King of Cups. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. We have this one from Mystic's Imaginarium Oracle deck. This is Interconnectedness, 43. We have Answers Are Coming, Family, 5555, Freedom, and I Am Disciplined. Okay. Your person's definitely withdrawn from this connection. I can feel it. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard from your person in just a little while, because they seem to be going within. It's not for lack of feelings. Honestly, I think that your person is feeling a lot towards this connection. They might be struggling to tell you this, Pal 2. I think that you have had a very, very profound effect on your person. I think that the way that you lead your life, the way that you show up for your life, I think that life has been very, very difficult for you, Pal 2, and I think that it has enabled you to tap into spiritual arts. So you could be psychic, you could be a clairvoyant, a clairaudient. Like, there's so many different ways that I'm seeing this could manifest for you. For some of you, you could actually even be a tarot reader. You could be a spiritual leader of some kind as well. I am getting so many different situations, but my point is, you have healed this person in ways that you cannot even imagine. Paltu, just your existence, just the way that you are, this person is just so overwhelmed with gratitude for you. I don't know if you know this person. I also don't know if this person will ever be able to tell you this, because the energy coming through is so strong, but it's also about holding back and not being able to tell you at this point in time. For some of you, yes, it is your counterpart, but for others of you, I am getting not necessarily. This could just be someone who has probably been by your side. It could be somebody from your soul family as well. That is also another message that is coming through. I think that this person, more about what they've been through and the life that they've been through is coming through to me. I think that this person was very neglected as a child while growing up. And I think that there was just a lot of resentment within them. I think that there was just a lot of unprocessed anger that was there within them for a very long period in their life, until you came along, until you taught them that there was another way to be. I think that this person harbored a lot of resentment towards people who did them wrong in their childhood. It could also be that there was just so much of unprocessed anger that your person didn't have an outlet, or they might have kind of projected it upon themselves or to the people who genuinely cared for them. Because I think that after going through a phase in their life where they were neglected by the very people who were supposed to care for them, I don't think that your person was able to trust other people who genuinely cared for them. They always kept thinking that there was an angle to it, or that they wanted something from them. The whole concept of just someone giving unconditional energy to them was very, very foreign until you came along. And I think that you helped to heal this person with just your energy. I don't think that it is something that you told this person, because first off, I don't think that this person was ever in an energy to accept what someone had to say to them to correct their behavior or to help them redirect their anger. No, I don't think that this person was in very receptive energies at that point in time. But just the way that you are, this person just watching how you show up in your life, and it's possible that this person is very aware of the pain that you've been through, the darkness that you've been through, and just seeing how you created so much light for yourself, so much joy in your life, despite the darkness that you probably still hold. A part of your life still continues to exist in darkness. This person felt that their problems were so much smaller compared to what you've been through. And if you are able to create this beautiful life for yourself with problems that were so much more significantly bigger than theirs in their perception, no bigger, no problems, it's just the soul's journey, but in your person's perception, then they kind of looked at themselves and they were wondering, well, that means I also can get there. I also can feel that calmness within me. I also can, maybe forgive the people who've done me wrong without letting them back into my life. I also can remove the resentment that was there or is there in my heart. And your person's been working through that. I don't know if you are in contact with this person. For some of you, you could actually even be married to this person. For others of you, I am seeing no contact. It could be someone who is an ex, someone who maybe an ex-friend as well. There's so many different ways that this could go. For others of you, it could just be someone who has been watching you for quite some time as well. And you've taught this person patience. Paltu, you've taught this person how to trust themselves, how to be patient, how to align with their own, people who align with their energy, their soul family. You've taught them that. I think that this person felt very, very abandoned, and the message coming through is they found their family in you. And I think that that's very, very beautiful. That's a very, very beautiful way of putting it. Once your person kind of started tapping deeper into your energy, things shifted in their life. I think that first off, it was your person manifesting it. But it's kind of like there has been a significant transformation in your person's life. the life that they had before they met you and the life that they had after, there's a very definite point of you being there, and your person's understanding that everything is interconnected, and there's a definite there's a very, very spiritual reason why you are in their life or why you stepped into their life. And your person is deeply humbled by that at this point in time. They're very, very deeply humbled by your existence and what your existence was always meant to mean for them. For some of you, if you are in no contact, or maybe there is a separation between the two of you, it looks like your person actually wants to come forward and let you know the impact that you've had on their life. And I also feel it is the energy that you are currently in that is making your person feel the urge to come towards you to let you know. For others of you, I think that you might actually be able to feel their energy energetically, like them sending you love, sending you healing energy, sending you, just that wholehearted energy of support as well. I think that you would already be sensing it in 5D. For some of you, I do see it happening in 3D, but for others of you, I am seeing it happening in 5D. So if you suddenly feel like a gush of like love and healing energy, it's probably from this person, all right? Another message that's coming through is you freed this person from themselves, Paltu, and I think that that is very, very deep. I think that you taught them what spiritual discipline is. Given we have the wand energy coming out for you, I think that you've mastered it, and it's not that you don't struggle with certain aspects of what you're going through right now, but you are just so vibrant despite it. There is so much energy within you, very, very powerful energy within you despite that. And this person just feels deeply grateful to have experienced your energy. You've taught them how to honor your struggles, your battles, but at the same time be disciplined and take responsibility for your healing rather than lashing out on everyone because of what you've been through. I'm getting very, very specifically, it might sound a bit harsh, but I'm getting it that way. It's your responsibility, like regardless of the life that you had, it is your responsibility to work on your healing, and I think that might have been like a wake-up call, or that might be something that your person keeps telling themselves. The doorbell just rang, so that could be a confirmation for someone. Doorbell ringing a lot today, so I think that maybe there are just a lot of messages coming through, or a lot of confirmations coming through, even for me as well. But yeah, I think that you were the answer that this person was looking for all their life. I think that they might have questioned themselves, what makes life worth living, or if this was all life was about, then wow, that was a second doorbell in a few seconds. So take that as a confirmation. It could also just be the intensity of what your person has recognized or realized about you, and this is what they would say to you if they could. For some of you, I think that your person's already communicating this in 5D, but for others of you, I do see it happening in 3D. But you were the answer that they were looking for, Like, maybe your person, and I don't know why I feel like crying, but I by myself am okay. But the energy coming through feels like, hold on, let me do justice to it. Give me a few seconds to kind of understand. It's kind of like, all along, there were probably people in their life who grew up in very healthy environments, and they seem happy to your person, and your person hadn't met anyone who'd been through unhealthy environment while growing up, or just trauma and just very, very dark energies from a young age, and still managed to be kind, caring, loving, full of joy, happiness after being, exposed to all that. And so your person kind of justified to themselves for a very long time that I am the way that I am, like all of this anger and this resentment and all of this lashing out. I am the way that I am because of what I've been through, and I can't help it. But they saw you. They saw that you probably had a very similar life experience, or at least the same energies that you were tapping into was pretty much on the same energetic level as your person, but yet You've created such a beautiful life for yourself. You are so much at peace with where you are at right now with yourself. You're not at war with yourself. And I feel like you were the answer that they were looking for. I think for a very long time, this person might have asked, well, show me one person who's managed to do that, and then you stepped into their life. Or this person might have asked for answers about how to even get to that point where they can be at peace with themselves, and then you just showed up in all of your energy, and that was the answer that they were looking for. Very, very beautiful. Like I said, I feel like crying. It's very, very emotional. I think that your person does feel. I mean, we have the for some of you, this could be your divine counterpart, twin flame energy coming through very, very strongly over here. But take that as it resonates. If you don't resonate with the journey, if you don't believe in it, then it's not your story. But there, I'm definitely getting some kind of soulmate energy coming through, but very strongly twin flame energy coming through. All right. Oh yeah, big energy is coming through, and you've taught them a lot, Paltio, without even knowing that you did. You've taught them a lot, and that's just because of who you are. All right. Let me give you one message or one advice that wants to come through, Paltio. Let's see. Let's take a look. One message for Paltio. One message for. You don't know the impact that you've had on other people. You might be struggling to believe it. Like, the energy that you are actually in is Queen of Wands, but you probably perceive yourself as the Knight of Wands. It might be a little bit of self-belief, self-confidence that you might have to work through, because that does tend to happen, doesn't it? You know, we never really understand, or we can't really comprehend the impact that our energy has on people. And I think that this is just a reminder, just a message coming out for you, that hopefully through this reading you can see yourself the way that this person sees you, Paltio, because you deserve to see yourself that way. Right? Yes, I think that there might be still struggles that you're going through, still some aspects of your life that, you know, maybe you don't know how to figure it out right now, and that's okay. You know, it doesn't negate all of the parts of your life that you have figured out, all of those aspects of your life that you have fought and won over with a lot of pain, you know? So I hope that you can see yourself the way that this person sees you, Paltio, and there might be a little bit of your own, you know, just believing in your power, believing in your self-worth, believing in your self-confidence, believing in the impact that you actually do have on people, believing in your healing energies. This might just be a very, very big confirmation coming through that you need to see yourself the way that other people see you. That's also a part of the spiritual journey as well. It looks like you might be a healer of sorts, or you might be heavily into spiritual arts, and you might be like a spiritual leader helping other people on their spiritual journeys. But maybe this is a part of your journey as well, part of your healing journey, where you start to respect and recognize the power that is within you as well. Yes, there are other aspects of your life that you're still working through, and there will always be other aspects of your life that you have to continue working through, continue healing from. But that does not mean you don't recognize the power that you hold, the power that you've had within you to bring you to where you are at today. All right? Beautiful energies there coming through, Paltio. All right? And I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips to descend in, watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Paltio, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.